Mangwanani akanaka vanhu veZimbabwe. Ndofara kusangana nemi mukati mezuva ranhasi. Zita rangu ndiHonorable Katsaya. Inguva yatinove netariro kunyange iri nguva yakaoma, nokuti we are meeting today after a few days from our commander Nuxiwero's last presser, his last message, which was loaded very, very well. Tiri kusanganawo zvakare mushure mekunge Jesse Majome adzingwa basa kuZimbabwe Human Rights Commission nekuda kwokuti anga apa muono uri kupesana neshuviro netariro dzehurumende yavaMunangagwa dzekuti Cable 3 risave nevanhu vanopokana kana kupesana naro kusvikira rave mutemo nemurayiro mukati menyika yeZimbabwe. Izuva rakaro ratiri kusangana nemashoko kuti vaFulton Mangwanya vanga vari director weCIO vakasiiswa basa. Yes, I've seen some press statement stemmed from the government to that effect. But of course, it's a concern because you see, tikangove nema civil servants anosenza at the expense of the president, vasina protection pamabasa avo, kunze kwokungoti protection yavo ndeyekuita align with the regime, whether zviri kurongwa hazvina maturo kana kuti hazvina kwazvinoendesa nyika mberi, then we've got a serious challenge in our society, in our country. Nokuti these jobs, whether ndedze security kana kuti chii, should be professional jobs dzine ma-appointments ane ma-professional credentials. But where people are employed or you've got their employment contracts at the expense of the executive, then hapasina oversight kana intelligence inenge iri focused nekuprotecta ma-interests enyika, pakuti ukangotaura zvinopesana kuti this is a security threat, kureva kuti graft raita sei rapera. Ndosaka muchiona kuti even up to now army commanders, Mugabe only had 4 army commanders over his whole tenure for 37 years, and that is including General Peter Walls from 1980 to 81, whereas Mnangagwa has had 6 since 2017. And kureva kuti hakuna security, munhu anotongoenda kubasa achitya, hapana security. The only security that they now have is playing to the tune of the ruling elite. If you don't, it means kuti basa rinopera, sezvatakangoona zvichiitika kuna Jesse Majome. Her report was well balanced and well articulated. She raised pertinent issues of concern to the plight of Zimbabwe as a nation with regards to Cable 3. But the end result was that she is now out of employment. Technically, yes, she has been reassigned, but obviously kana tichipa vanhu mabasa tinenge tichivapa nekugona kwavo and their expertise, but where it is then diverted to something else, it becomes a problem. It's like munhu akaita 7 years kuti aite a medical doctor, but then apedza basa iroro tobva tazomuti no imbosiya zveuchiremba zvako izvi, enda unotamba bhora, toda kuti uite goalkeeper weteam yedu. It means that the team is going to fail. The expertise yanga ichienda medicine kwaakaita, it's also a loss. So faced with this scenario now, we have got 2 situations dzevanhu vari kuseva mucivil service. One, vamwe vavo might want to protect the interests of the nation and the people at large, but most might be cornered to think about their own lives. Maybe vane vauta samapackage avari kuwana mapotential ekuti vana vawane mabasa through maconnections and stuff, and then they would protect the status quo. It needs real men, amadhodha sibili, real women. I don't know how I would put it in Ndebele, to stand up and be counted amongst this deteriorating situation. And unfortunately, the real men and women are those that sacrifice to go to the liberation struggle. Ndosaka muri kuona kuti the late Comrade Geza is to rise again even after he have survived the bombs and bullets of Ian Smith, just like Comrade Knox Chiwero have stepped in to continue the revolution ya Comrade Geza to its ultimate conclusion, which we hope will be a conclusion of happiness for the nation of Zimbabwe and the people of Zimbabwe at large. Anyway, we don't denigrate the regime, but you see, when things are not going in order or according to plan, obviously they have got to people who should stand up to say no, this direction atiri kuendeswa nevarume ava haisi real, and we are heading to the doldrums. For a start, if there was any man who was given the best opportunity to heal the nation and reunite the people of Zimbabwe, it was President Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. And before I come to that, I would like to applaud Comrade Knox Chiwero for two things that he mentioned in his statement. The first thing, he acknowledged that the late President Robert Mugabe was right about Mnangagwa. That's one thing that he mentioned, which is also correct. The second thing was his apology to the Zimbabwean people for taking them on a ride that resulted in a worse scenario than the Mugabe environment and scenario which we had endured for 37 years. That is a clear indication of a leader to acknowledge kuti apa zvechokwadi we made a blunder, we erred as a nation, because we gave the opportunity to heal us, to mold us, to rebuild us to somebody who had a very different focus to what they thought would be the outcome of the Mnangagwa engagement. Zimbabwe had suffered political murders, corruption, thefts, political disappearances, every horrible thing since 1980, Gukura Hundi era, still unanswered, unhealed, not compensated for, dilly-dallying. We now have vana vevana, and maybe dzimwe families dzakatoita perish totally, hakuna kuzombowanika futi munhu wedzinza iroro, ingori mhuri yaizikanwa kunzi yanga iri papa, but they all perished. We need healing on all that, and we did put that burden on the wrong person, on the person who never thought how important it was to move the nation in the same direction. Ndo zvinoita kuti vamwe vedu kunyangwe tiri kachana nekumusha, we still believe kuti mashoko aitaurwa navaMnangagwa mushure mekunge vatora chigaro cheupresident vachipinda papower anga ari mashoko pamwe ekuturukirwa kana kuti ekuudzwa kunzi taurai zvekuti kana kuti dai maita zvekuti, ndokunyebera kunge vanoda kuzviita asi vasingade semuenzaniso. VaMnangagwa vachipinda papresidency vakataura kuti he will be a listening president. Vakataura kuti the voice of the people is the voice of God. vakataura ivo kuti he is as soft as wool. Mashoko iwayo vamwe taane mufungo kana muono wekuti zvichida pamwe mashoko avaigara pasi nevanhu vakaita sana Chiwenga vachionesana kuti wangu kana wazopinda pachigaro uri kufanira kuti uite zvakati nezvakati nezvakati. But ivo vaMnangagwa zviri zvinhu zvavanga vasingakwanisi kuita, nekuti kana tichitarisa murume akafamba navaMnangagwa anonyatsokuziva Mnangagwa in and out, the late Comrade Robert Mugabe, palast interview yavo vane mashoko avakataura anowanika paYouTube. Vakataura ivo vachiti vaMnangagwa is the type of man who when you step on his toes he will not forgive you, he will come after you. So zviri kungoratidzika pachena pakudzingwa kuri kuitwa macivil servants edu, kunyange naMajome, Fulton Mangwanya, kuchinjanswa kuri kuitwa maarmy commanders, paine padiki pavangokwesherana, but that guy doesn't forgive, and you will be very lucky to stay alive ukange uchipikisana navo. The recent attacks on Dagi Coltart, ndakambozvitaura hangu kumashure kuti inini my reasoning hangu ingave iri weird kana kuti wayward, but I believe kuti all the attacks dzaiitika during the Constitutional Amendment Bill hearings were destined to give an impression and a picture to the people of Zimbabwe that when we are telling you that elections are toxic, this is what we talk about. You want to go for a referendum, you want to contest this thing, this is what you're gonna get. It was a redress. It was, remember, we still don't know as Zimbabweans, the general populace don't know what really happened in 2008 after Tsvangirai's victory. Who engineered the rerun? Who started all the fires that burned Zimbabwe into a war zone? Pachiitwa mabhesi matsva, nyama dzichigovewa nemakabichi achidyiwa, mombe dzichiuraiwa, vanhu vachiita sei. We have got maybe a fresh wave of children that were born out of marape emumabhesi makanga muchiitwa muna 2008. We don't have answers to all that. I still don't know how and who killed Beta Chokururama. I still don't know who killed Kauzani. I still don't know who killed Tonderai Ndira. Neither does any Zimbabwean know. So when we bury all those things, anditika vamoti hachifanira kuti zvifukunyurike. Nyaya yekuzvifukunyura haisi yekuti we want revenge. Togoita revenge nevanhu vane power. Say no. Even if we are powerless, we don't need that. We just need closure. Tiri vanhu, we are a cultural people as Zimbabweans. Pakadaro paine kuchema kwakawandisa. Even the nation of Israel payaingonamata Mwari yoga yaiti ikadeura ropa revamwe vayo pasina mhaka, Mwari vaigona kurova nyika iyoyo neshamu yeIsraeri, ichikonzereswa nekuti madzishe kana kuti umambo hwayo hwatadzira Mwari. So we need a national healing process, but the national healing process cannot be started nema perpetrators, because they are always afraid that will people really forgive us? Will we move forward? We had heinous crimes committed in South Africa, and after Nelson Mandela came to power in 1994, they had a Truth and Reconciliation Commission in 1996 that had to bring to open whatever crimes were perpetrated during the apartheid regime, and those that came forward to say this is what we did and this is how we were commanded to do this, they were forgiven and we move forward. Shall we destroy our nation just because we are afraid of the past We are afraid of the skeletons being brought out of the cupboard. Shall we keep on piling more skeletons into the cupboards just because we are scared of opening them and removing those skeletons that are already there? What if the cupboards becomes filled with those skeletons and they overflow out of the cupboards one day? What's going to happen? It is time to heal Zimbabwe, but there is no way Zimbabwe is going to be healed when we know, just like as Comrade Knox Chiwera alluded to, we know that the reason behind all this amendment bill is to protect the ill-gotten loot, to protect the excesses of power, trying to entrench power in one man, such that Zimbabwe cannot even turn left or right, but it is directed by the direction of an individual. Make no mistake, the world has seen a lot of people, a lot of dictators, but they've all perished. Their systems perished. Talking about closer to home, in Africa, we had Idi Amin in Uganda, Mobutu Sese Seko in Zaire. I liked it when Comrade Knox Chiwera reminded me of the Badolite, his exquisite mansion that he built. Yangaine gold equipment, gold utensils, everything was gold. Robert Mugabe, the predecessor of Mnangagwa, Jean Bidel Bokassa, Central African Republic, Mengistu Haile Mariam, Ethiopia, Sani Abacha of Nigeria. But you see, what people don't learn is that one day is one day. Yes, tinetafa vamwe seuswa hedu vamwe, we are in the periphery of power. We might not even smell it. We don't mind. All we want is a functional Zimbabwe. We have got the intelligence. We have got the expertise to do our own businesses and work our way up in life, even very far away from politics, if it may be that way. But you find that people easily forget that no rulership has exceeded or outlived the power of the people. It's unfortunate kuti vamwe tinoita kuona zvimwe asi ndo zvinetenge zviripo kuti, but look here, this extension to 2030, mukaona silence yaitika naTagwirei, pakamboitika noise yatagwirei tungwarara chichi. So I believe kuti ED is playing all these people around. Why? Because he's grooming his own sons to take over Zimbabwe, with Sean and Mnangagwa Jr. All in the ministries, the government. Obviously, he is grooming his own boys to take over Zimbabwe. So vamwe vese amaside show anatagwirei, and the fact kuti according to Kazembe Tagwirei was the financier with 27. We don't know to what extent that is true, because muZimbabwe munongoitika zvakawanda zvinongoitwa swept under the carpet. If it is true, then Tagwirei has been wielding the power to control things, but pamupane paakakanganisa, because when they started exposing him to the people, akatanga ku misfire rough pamatauriro apa, and then he has been silenced all of a sudden. Tagwirei is nowhere to be seen. I don't know, varimo muZimbabwe, Tagwirei ari kubatika here mumasecos umu. Is he still as influential as he was, kana kuti his influence has been watered down? So you find kuti the hangers on are a group of people who are to protect my interests that were obtained legally, but they were obtained illegally, and there is need. If it means that people are going to die, want to let it be. And by the look of things, how Majome was fired, how Fulton Mangwenye has been dismissed, and how several other people have reassigned and shuffled around. It's a clear indication that ED is playing every card possible to ensure that the 2030 agenda is achieved. That's what he's focused on. They are focused on how they are surviving. It's so frustrating and pitiful. Kuti some of us kunotichita tumamenial jobs when we know kuti if we were back home we would be doing something constructive. You would find kuti most of the people in Zimbabwe are living below $3 a day, abject poverty. Unemployment is well over 90%. There is no formal employment iri kunyatso kufunctiona. The Labor Act has been destroyed because the employers are the same people who are running government. So obviously they wouldn't want to control themselves. They failed to police themselves in more serious issues. So they can't police themselves in terms of giving my employees our adequate salaries, health insurance, medical aid and stuff. They can't do that. Why? Because even the civil servants, the people's servants, they are suffering. They don't have anything. The teachers, the nurses, the doctors, the soldiers, the prison service, the police, everyone. I'm made to understand kuti kwatione macartels epolisi vanopota vachikolekta mari mumakombi ega ega. Everyday kombi inotonyorwa pasi kunzi yabhadhara chebasa. Mari iyo is being channeled kusvika yasvika nekumashefu epolisi. And that's how those people are surviving. If you want to stop all that, Zimbabweans, you have got a Goliath of a fight ahead of you. It's a gigantic fight to stop level of corruption in Zimbabwe kuti rimiswe right now, because the powers that you'll be fighting against the common men, the fighting yawinayo common men pa ground apa yakaipa. But we have to stand tall and firm. Just like our forefathers died in the 1890s Chimurenga, just like our forefathers died in the second Chimurenga, some still have got to shed their blood in order to save this nation, because Zimbabwe has got to survive this. If we don't survive this, I tell you, I'm not a prophet, but Zimbabwe will be another Somalia in Africa, because we are damn rich as a nation. And a rich nation, my capitalists will always try and take advantage. Look how the Chinese are doing to us, what they are doing to us, how they are ill-treating our kith and kin, how they are ill-treating our brothers and sisters. Shandira, they are overworked, they are underpaid, pana environmental checks, vamwe vanosenza mekuti vanofanira kunwa mukaka every day, hakuna chinouya. People end up dying. Waenda kuchipatara kwacho hakuna mishonga, there is nothing. The nurse wacho aripo ipapo is not motivated, haana kana thermometer yekuti atestise temperature, and is a demotivated nurse. At the end of the day, they just watch you. It's not my problem, it's the government. So fellow Zimbabweans, brothers and sisters, just like our commander said, Knox Chiwero, we have a fight that needs unity. We have a fight that needs unity. In as much as we from the opposition trenches were denied victory in 2008, in 2018, and 2023, we cannot cling onto that. We cannot hold onto that. It is time that we find each other with fellow comrades that are coming from ZANU-PF, our war liberators who are genuine. Vanhu vakaendera kuhondo nyika yeZimbabwe, vasina kuendera to control other people's direction, vasina kuendera kuti vagopota vachipfugama vachiti chef. People who know that the masses are the chef. Let's unite together and stand firm, even in the face of a whirlwind, even in the face of a tornado, even in the face of a hurricane. Let's stand firm